Hey folks, Lisa here giving you some information about the Virtual Scholars discussion-based assessments. So a discussion-based assessment is something that you'll have at the end of every unit in your course, and it is an opportunity for you and your teacher to sit down and visit a little bit about the concepts, the main concepts you learned in the lesson or in the unit. There are a couple different ways to do a discussion-based assessment. Always what there will be is a written task. So at the end of every unit, there will be a discussion-based assessment written task that you complete. And sometimes it's asking you for responses to some specific questions. Sometimes it will just be asking you to write down maybe 5 to 10 bullet points or sentences about some of the main topics from the unit. And you'll write those out and submit that. And then in addition to that, you will also sit down with your Virtual Scholars teacher and talk about those things. So that's where the discussion part of discussion-based assessments comes in. A couple of different ways to actually have the conversation. The way I like to do it the best is I like to just come into your classroom and after you are ready to review the unit, just sit down with you and spend 5 or 10 minutes just talking about the main concepts you learned in the unit. Another way you can do it is via Zoom. If your teacher can't get into your classroom at a time that works well for you, just to check in via Zoom and have that 5 or 10 minute conversation that way. I think some teachers do their discussion-based assessments via live chat, but in social studies, we really are mostly hoping to have actual synchronous conversations where we can see your faces and you can see ours. And a final way that you can submit a discussion-based assessment is to record your responses in Screencastify to the prompts and then to submit those. But that's really not our first choice. We'd really rather just sit down with you and have a real conversation. And they're no stress. They're 5 to 10 minutes, and they're just chatting about the main content, topics, and your reflections and kind of insight and analysis of what you learned. Okay, looking forward to seeing your discussion-based assessment soon.